Well, it's time for lunch, so let's check in now with ABC7 Culinary Director Judi Gallagher, who joins us today live from Pazzo Southside in Sarasota. Judi?
Hi there, Scott. Well, you may remember them as Mozzarella Fella, and I have loved this family since they first came to New York after they sold their restaurants in New York. I knew by the tug of the bread and the deliciousness of really authentic family Italian food that this was going to be the place. Well, recently this year, they moved over to Southside Village and opened up Pazzo. Truly is a family affair with the sons in the kitchen with dad, mom's running the front, and you're just gonna love it. Reservations are highly recommended. It gets really busy here, not only for lunch, but dinner too, so remember that. They're closed on Sundays, but they serve lunch and dinner the rest of the week. So stay with me throughout the hour as we come to you from the deliciousness, the Italian feast over at Pazzo Southside. We'll be back in just a few minutes to taste some delicious food, and you'll get to meet Victoria herself.
Let's get back now to ABC7 Culinary Director Judi Gallagher, who's joining us live today from Pazzo Southside in Sarasota. Judi?
You know, Scott, I'm kind of feeling a little guilty because the time you get your lunch break, this will probably all be eaten. We're here at Pazzo Southside, and I want to introduce you to Victoria. Victoria, you and I have been friends since the minute you came into town.
7 years.
So give us the family history of what you were doing back home in the north and how you came here.
Yeah, so my husband before me had restaurants in Brooklyn, and then we met when he opened in Staten Island. And then we just decided we wanted Sarasota. You know, we wanted to raise the kids here, and so we came, opened Mozzarella Fella 6.5 years ago, and you know, after so long, it just kind of felt like something, you know, with catering and lunches and things, it just was kind of outgrowing it, and we just decided to take the leap and do what we knew. So here we are.
And it's delightful. It must feel good being in this neighborhood village type of situation.
The neighborhood's amazing. The people that live here, the people that work here, our neighboring restaurants like Nick's and 1812 Veronica's. I mean, we truly became a family, you know?
And that means so much in itself, true. Now, talk about family. There's some extra family in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, we've got calories. So it's, I'm running the front, Mike's always on the line. His son Andrew does all of the desserts and pizzas, and he cooks with his dad, and then Michael also does salads and expedites, and then our littles, Grace and Vinny, are always playing baseball in the back or helping mom reset tables.
I've known Grace and Vinny forever, right? I mean, it's part of all this wonderfulness in this gathering. As far as catering, tell us for a minute or two about what you offer and things that you can do.
We do a ton of catering for office lunches, you know, the hospital, doctor's offices, things like that. We put together trays of everything. I mean, pastas, we do sandwich trays and pizzas, I mean, or they order individually and we'll label them for them so it's not like a mess when they get it back.
So you're probably already taking orders for the holiday season. We're coming in the end of August. Right?
Our cheesecakes are probably the most in demand for Christmas.
You heard it first. The cheesecakes are in demand, which means, of course, we'll probably follow up with the cheesecake. So I'm going to tell everybody to stay put. Maybe pick up the phone and make your dinner reservation for this weekend or next, but we're going to come back in just a few minutes and talk about the great food that you have out here, okay? Don't forget that beer and wine as well. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Time to get back to ABC7 Culinary Director Judi Gallagher, who is enjoying lunch today at Pazzo Southside. I can't wait to try it, Judi.
I think you and your family are going to love it. I know you will. We'll bring a few treats back to the station, but Victoria, it's really about the food, so let's go right in
here. For sure. So here we have pizza. It's broccoli rabe and sausage with fresh mozzarella that we make here all day. Super delicious. Everybody loves it. That's our Uncle Vic. We have fresh artichoke hearts, which is like the best part of the artichoke with no work. So it's just 3 huge fresh artichoke hearts with the lemon garlic butter sauce. That's chicken scarpiello, so it's boneless chicken, pan sauteed with peppers and onions, a little bit of hot cherry peppers, lemon and white wine. For lunch, one of our most popular is fried eggplant with prosciutto, roasted peppers, and fresh mozzarella with a little balsamic.
Sammy, our camera person, is drooling at that, and she's already tagged it.
These are baked clams. It's like a New York staple that you can't really get here. Many people don't make them, so everybody obviously loves them. They come in dozen or half dozen. We have black linguine. That's
You
with
said this was one of your favorites.
yes, it's Squid Ink Pasta, so it's so yummy. And you can have it with chicken, with shrimp or lobster fra diavolo. So it's a little bit spicy tomato sauce.
Oh, and then if you want to go low carb, you can.
This is our meatball salad, and so it's just romaine with oil and vinegar and lots of Parmesan cheese with 2 of our hot saucy meatballs on top, and it just works.
It does work. So you don't feel too exhausted when you have to go back to work.
Not at all. And there's an option to get it with 1 or 2 meatballs. So
I say always too.
yeah.
And of course, fried calamari.
And our fried calamari that we cut and we bread to order, so it's always super, super fresh.
I love it. Now, notice before you mentioned fresh mozzarella. You are still making and pulling your own
Oh
mozzarella
yeah,
here at this location.
and here we make it actually more often than we used to, just because we do it in smaller batches, you know.
Yeah.
And so we make it probably 5 or 6 times a day.
Pretty impressive, right, guys? So you're going to see, and lunch and dinner are the same menu, correct, or a little
Well,
different?
Sandwiches we only do until 4.
Okay, so you have till 4 o'clock in sandwiches, and then you have, I'm watching, there's so much food, we couldn't fit it all on the table. Gentleman over there is having linguine and clam sauce, that fresh garlic, and I have to compliment you on that fennel salad that you can get with shrimp. So light and a true, authentic Italian salad, right?
Thank you. Yes, it is. Just garlic and lemon, really.
And that's what it is. Simple but pure ingredients for deliciousness. We're coming back for dessert in just a few minutes. It's been another delicious visit yet again at Pazzo Southside. I think you're really going to enjoy it. There's so many people that are here that I know that have eaten at Mozzarella Fella, their former restaurant, and it's so good to see them grow, the whole family. Of course, we have to end it on dessert. Their infamous cheesecake, tiramisu, and cannolis. I also want to take a moment to dedicate this segment to the great restaurateur, Steven Seidensticker. He was a good friend. He was a complex man. We shared many a meal together, and he will be so greatly missed, but his legacy will continue on with Miss Susie and his other businesses, and we applaud him for making Southside such a great village. Enjoy your weekend and have it be tasteful. Back to you guys.